Hey everybody, welcome to a mid-afternoon social distancing story time. Mommy's getting a little lemonade in. Apologies for the late start. It's going to be a shorter one today, sneaking things in between some phone calls and some errands that needed to be run, but Stasha's picked out some books for me to share with you. So let's start with, what's this one, buddy?
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. All right. This is the story of how Winnie the Pooh and his friends in the 100-Acre Wood tried to help Eeyore find a tail. They discovered that helping isn't always easy. One morning, Winnie the Pooh and his rumbly tummy woke up to find that all of their honey pots were empty. Now, this was rather bothersome to both the bear and his tummy, so Pooh went out into the 100-Acre Wood to find some honey. Pooh soon came upon his friend Eeyore. Sadly, Eeyore didn't have any honey. He didn't have any tail either. "I will find your tail, then I shall get some honey." Just then, the friends heard Owl's voice drifting down. When Owl heard about Eeyore's missing tail, he wanted to help too. So the three friends went to find Christopher Robin. Everyone soon gathered at the boy's house, and he announced a contest. Whoever found a suitable tail for Eeyore would win a delicious pot of honey. Pooh was very excited to help Eeyore and win the prize for his tummy. He thought perhaps his Pooh-coo clock might make a perfect tail for Eeyore. And so it did, until Eeyore sat down. Uh-oh. What happened?
It broke.
Crunch. Piglet offered Eeyore his friend Balloon as a tail, but it didn't work quite as well as expected. "It's okay," mumbled Eeyore after trying out several more tails. "I'll learn to live without it." Afterward, Pooh continued his search for honey. He stopped at Christopher Robin's house, but the boy wasn't there. But there was a note, which Pooh took to Owl. Owl helpfully read the boy's note aloud. "Gone out, busy, Baxon, signed Christopher Robin." Owl gasped. "Our dear friend Christopher Robin has been captured by a creature called the Baxon." Do you think that's really what happened? No. Then Owl explained, "It's malicious, ferocious, and worst of all, terribly busy." Then he drew a picture of a horrible monster with shaggy fur and sharp horns. Rabbit quickly came up with a plan that he thought might help. They would collect things the Baxon might like and leave a trail of them, leading the Baxon to a deep pit. Then, when the Baxon fell into the trap, they would be able to get Christopher Robin back. While everyone collected Baxon things, Pooh and Piglet dug a hole and covered it. Meanwhile, Tigger tried to help by catching the Baxon on his own. He soon came upon an unsuspecting Eeyore. "You and me are gonna catch that Baxon," Tigger declared. "We just need to get you Tiggerized." "Looking great," said Tigger, admiring his work. Then, because Tiggers are bouncy, he showed Eeyore how to bounce up and down, but mostly up. Next, Tigger dressed up like a Baxon so that Eeyore could practice sneaking up on one. But Eeyore had soon had enough Tiggerizing. He bounced away and hid. Tigger searched everywhere for Eeyore, but could only find his springy tail. "The Baxon must have found Eeyore," Tigger thought. He didn't realize that Eeyore didn't want to be found by a Baxon or a Tigger. Meanwhile, Pooh and his friends headed for the Baxon trap. But Pooh's tummy was so hungry that he began seeing honey pots everywhere. Suddenly, Pooh spotted a real honey pot in the middle of a picnic blanket. Uh-oh. His rumbly tummy had made Pooh forget that the honey pot picnic was really the Baxon trap. Whoosh! Pooh fell into the trap, landing with a thud. "We caught the Baxon!" exclaimed Rabbit upon seeing the trap. But the friends soon discovered that the Baxon was actually a Pooh Bear. Just then Eeyore arrived wearing an anchor as his latest tail. Wanting to help, Rabbit suggested that they use the anchor to rescue Pooh, but when they threw it into the pit, it dragged them in too. All except Piglet. Rabbit suggested that Piglet go to Christopher Robin's house and bring back his jump rope to pull them out. Little Piglet was rather nervous, but he wanted to help, so he ventured into the dark wood. Suddenly he saw a red-eyed monster. But it was only Bee-Loon stuck in a tree. Piglet freed Bee-Loon just as an enormous shadow fell over them. Baxen! Piglet stammered. It wasn't the Baxen, though, only Tigger. Piglet was in such a hurry to get away that he and Bee-Loon sailed up, up, up into the air, with Tigger following. No sooner had Piglet spotted the pit down below than he bumped into the giant words from this very storybook. Down into the pit the friends tumbled, along with the letters. Now everyone was stuck, so Owl began to tell a story. Then Bee-Loon floated away, and the friends thought they would never get out. Luckily, Pooh noticed a honey pot at the edge of the pit. Using the letters around him, the hungry bear built a ladder and climbed out. Unfortunately for Pooh and his tummy, the honey pot was empty. He tossed the pot away. It landed with a thump on Owl's head. Just then, Rabbit noticed Pooh's letter ladder. "We can get out," he cried. Outside the pit, the friends discovered Christopher Robin and Bee-Loon. "How did you escape the Baxen?" Rabbit asked. But Christopher Robin didn't even know what a Baxen was. After Pooh showed him the note, Christopher Robin explained that he had written back soon, not Baxen. It had all been a silly misunderstanding. Everyone headed home. On the way, Pooh stopped at Owl's, hoping to find honey there. As he tugged on Owl's new bell rope, Pooh thought there was something familiar about it. Owl explained that no one seemed to want this rope he had found hanging over a thistle bush. What does the rope look like?
Yes.
Somebody did want it, Owl said. Pooh, Eeyore. Owl agreed. I was just keeping it safe for him. So Pooh took the tail to Eeyore without eating so much as a smackerel of honey. Everyone watched Eeyore try on his tail. Pink bow's a nice touch, he decided. Swish is real good, too. Bring out the grand prize, shouted Christopher Robin, presenting Pooh with an enormous pot of honey. So in the end, Winnie the Pooh put his friend before his tummy and helped Eeyore. And though it wasn't easy, Pooh found that helping was the sweetest reward of all. Next to honey, that is. Pinkalicious School Rules.
Can I tell you the book names?
You can. I'll let you tell me the last one, okay?
Okay. The two last ones.
Just one. School is okay. Except one thing. When I'm at school, I miss Goldilicious. Goldie for short. Goldie is my unicorn. I really like my teacher. His name is Mr. Pushkin. I have some friends in my class, and I made a new friend yesterday. But I miss Goldie anyway. This morning when I woke up, I had a very good idea. I could bring Goldie to school with me. School would be perfectly pinktastic with Goldilicious there, too. There was a shiny red apple on Mr. Pushkin's desk. Goldie took the apple and nibbled it gently. Mr. Pushkin heard Goldie munching, and he thought it was me. Pinkalicious, there's no eating until snack time, he said. It's the rule. It's not me, I said. It's Goldilicious, my unicorn. She didn't eat much for breakfast, I added. Mr. Pushkin smiled. He took me aside, and he told me that unicorns are not allowed at school. It's the rule, he said. Rules are something I do not love about school. And I really do not love the rule about no unicorns. I began to cry a little. I cried a little harder. Okay, Pinkalicious, said Mr. Pushkin. Your unicorn may stay just this once. I stopped crying. In fact, I clapped and twirled. But if your unicorn stays, you must teach her the rules, Mr. Pushkin said. Do you think you can do that? Yes, I said. I know I can. At reading time, Goldilicious was very quiet. Goldilicious helped me with my math. Unicorns are very good at counting. When it was time for recess, I showed Goldilicious how to line up by the door. Goldilicious did not push or wiggle or cut the line at all. Goldilicious played nicely with the other kids. Everyone had so much fun with Goldie and me. I didn't know I had so many friends at school. Soon it was time to go home. Goldie got my backpack off its hook. Tell me, Pinkalicious, said Mr. Pushkin, did you and your unicorn have a good day? We sure did, I said. School rules. Okay, what's the last book, bud?
The Word Collector.
The Word Collector by Sonja Wimmer. Luna was an extraordinary little girl. She lived high, high up in the sky. And she had a very strange pastime. Luna collected words, just like other people collected stamps. Funny words that tickle your palate when you say them. Words so beautiful that they make you cry. Friendly words that embrace your soul. Delicious words, long words, once upon a times, magnificent words, little words, serious words, magic words. But one day, everything changed. Little by little, the beautiful words the beautiful, magnificent, and fun words began to disappear. What had happened to them? Luna asked the birds, the clouds, and the travelers, and they all replied the same thing. People are forgetting all the beautiful words. They think they're not important anymore. They're too busy. That night, Luna couldn't sleep, and when the first rays of sunlight sent the stars off to bed, she made a decision. She put all of the words she had into a big suitcase and set off with them on a journey. She flew over seas and mountains and continents and cities. Wherever there was hate and violence, she sowed words of brotherhood, love, and tolerance within people's hearts. Wherever there were people who were sad and lonely, she wove threads of warm words, words of friendship and compassion. And where everyone was too busy to laugh together, blind to the miracle of nature, she scattered the craziest, funniest, and most magical words she had, and the words tickled them in their noses, on their tongues, and in their ears. But oh no, suddenly the suitcase was empty. There wasn't a single word left. But then she saw that people had started to throw letters. They invented new words. They gave them to each other. They shared them, and they let them fly away again to each other like balls. And so Luna sighed deeply and began to dance joyfully among them. Together with her new friends, she had given them all of her words, but she was happy. After all, what was the point of collecting something if you couldn't share it? And that's the story of the Word Collector. Thanks for joining us for our super quick story time today. We will see you again next week, won't we, kiddo? Well,
Bye.
Bye.